To do this, you've got to write, you must write the equation from the picture. You don't have to use the picture to solve. You do have to know how to read the picture though. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You have 5x plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 is less than or equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Negative 5. It's not too hard to read down there. 5x plus 10 is less than or equal to negative 5. So I know you already know this, but just in case you're going to forget, subtracting 10 is your first step. Negative and negative is going to give you more negative. So if you put a 5 down here, you're going to be wrong. And then divide by 5. Again, you have to keep track of your negatives. Tic-tac-toe says this is a negative 3. Do not flip your sign. You did not divide by a negative. You only flip if you're multiplying or dividing by a negative number. So on your graph, you have a double chin, so that's a solid dot or a solid circle. And it's in between negative 2 and negative 4, right? Because we're at negative 3. Now you have to decide which way the arrow goes. This says x is less than, so the alligator is eating negative 3. So if the alligator is eating negative 3, that is the highest number I can go. So my arrow needs to be this way. And I'm going to let you do number 2 because there's nothing special about that. No sign flipping, no craziness. I'm going to let you do number 3. I want to talk about number 4. I'm going to rewrite it because I write too big to use these tiny. Okay, this is how I know my sign's going to flip. Negative 5h means that sign has to end up the other way. And I'm even going to write it up here so I don't forget. Over here, positive 6, I'm not going to change my sign. So you can decide whether you're going to end up changing your sign before you even begin. Oops, that's an equal to, isn't it? All right. Plus 4, plus 4. Here's where I flip my sign. I need to divide by negative 5. And I'm going to do that to both sides. When I do that, my alligator is going to flip the other way. 15 divided by negative 5 is negative 3. These two numbers are opposite, so they cancel out. So I'm left with h is less than or equal to negative 3. So that less than or equal to negative 3, I'm going to put my dot on negative 3, and I'm going to color it in because it's a double-chinned alligator. Which number is the big number? Which number is the alligator eating, negative 3 or h? Negative 3. So negative 3 has to be the biggest number. So my arrow has to go that way. If we do number 3, I add 7 to both sides. and then divide by 6. Oh my goodness, what is that, 8? There's no double chin, so it's an open circle. And which number is the big number? 8 has to be big, so the arrow has to go down. Whatever the alligator eat has to be the biggest number. So if X is the big number, the alligator has to go up because it has to, or the arrow has to go up. All right, number 5. I'm going to rewrite it. Am I going to flip my sign on this one? Is the number in front of the letter, is the coefficient positive or negative? It is negative, so my sign has to flip. So at the end, my sign better look like this one. Not yet, though. All right, go ahead and divide that. Minus 1.2, minus 1.2. Careful, that's a negative and a negative. Then I have a new equation. Now I'm dividing by negative 0.3 on both sides. This is where my sign flips because I'm dividing by a negative. So my sign is going to flip the other way. My alligator is now eating the other side. These cancel out because they're opposites. I'm left with A. Over here, I actually have to do that division on a piece of scratch paper. Oops. Try to do your division correctly, not like me. Now, is my answer positive or negative? You still have to use tic-tac-toe. So I have 16, and it's filled in because of the equal sign. Now, is the alligator eating 16 or is the alligator eating A? The alligator is eating A, so that means 16 has to be our smallest number. So we're going to draw my arrow up because it could be any of these numbers. 16 is the smallest. One last one together. You don't have to watch it if you don't need it. First of all, is my sign going to flip or no? Is the number in front of the letter positive or negative? If it's negative, and it is, my sign is going to change the other way. So when you're completely done, your sign should be opposite of what it is now. Go ahead and divide that in half. First step is add or subtract. We're going to subtract 9 from both sides. You're left with negative 3t. And on this side, you have negative 28. Second step is to divide. This is where your sign flips, only because it's negative. So your sign is going to flip the opposite way. 28 divided by 3 what is that? 4.5? I mean 8.5? Oh no, it's not. Let's see. 28 divided by 3. 0, 9, 27, 1. 9 1/3. Did I do that right? Yeah. Oh, ha. I added wrong. This should be a 30. No wonder that didn't come out right. I thought that was weird. I hope you didn't make that mistake. I hope you were not trusting me. I'll be able to tell if you trusted me because I'll see the work on your paper. And I'll be like, yep, that kid, they trust me too much. All right, 10 is your number. Closed circle, open circle. Closed because of the equal sign. Is 10 the biggest number I have or the smallest number I have? The biggest because the alligator is eating the biggest number. So our arrow is going to go this way. All right, guys, do the rest on your own. The only difference between this and equations is you have to flip the sign if the number before x is negative. You know exactly what you're doing.